Welcome to Zoe Stories. Sister trapped me in skirts. Now her friends love me. The afternoon sunlight poured through my bedroom window, highlighting the scattered books and empty soda cans that littered my desk. I sat hunched over, doodling absent-mindedly in my notebook, trying to disappear into my thoughts. That had always been my way, blend into the background, stay invisible.
Jake.
Quiet, unnoticed, unremarkable. Then came a knock on my door. "Jake, are you in there?" It was her, my sister Alina. Confident, vibrant, and mischievous. Everything I wasn't. She leaned against the doorframe, a sly smile curling on her lips. "Hey you," she teased, tilting her head. "You've been hiding in this room forever. Why don't you come out and have a little fun?" I froze. My chest tightened. "Fun? What do you mean?" Her eyes sparkled with mischief. "You'll see." Before I could respond, she swept into the room, closing the door behind her. Her presence was magnetic, commanding, and oddly suffocating. She pulled a large bag from behind her back, setting it on my bed with a soft thud. "What's that?" I asked, my voice quivering. "You're going to try these on." Her fingers danced over the pile of clothes, skirts, blouses, stockings, delicate shoes. "I think you look amazing." My heart thudded violently. I can't." "Yes, you can," she interrupted, her tone sweet but impossible to resist. "Come on. It'll be fun. You'll see a side of yourself you never knew existed." Before I could protest further, she guided me to the mirror, her hands firm but gentle. My reflection stared back at me, Jake, trembling, flushed, and confused. Then she handed me a soft skirt, guiding me to step into it. My legs shook violently. The fabric felt foreign, delicate, almost electric against my skin. "Look at yourself," she whispered, brushing a curl from my forehead.
See?
"You're naturally pretty." The words hit me like a bolt of lightning. Humiliation surged through me, hot and uncontrollable. I pressed my hands to my chest, unable to meet my own gaze. Yet, beneath that panic, a strange flicker of curiosity, almost excitement, stirred deep inside. She handed me stockings next, her fingers brushing lightly against my calves as she guided them up. Each touch was precise, controlled, intimate. My reflection blurred with every motion until the boy I had been seemed distant, fading into the edges of the mirror. "You see?" Alina said softly. "You're already different. Better.
Soft.
Pretty." I swallowed hard. My heartbeat thundered in my ears. The sight of my reflection, soft curls, delicate cheeks, flushed with embarrassment, made something in me shift. Jake was slipping. Lily, a name I didn't yet own fully, a presence I barely recognized, was beginning to emerge. The emotions hit me all at once. Humiliation, fear, vulnerability, and beneath it all, a strange thrill. Every brush of Alina's hand, every compliment, every guiding gesture deepened my confusion. I hated how exposed I felt, and yet, a part of me couldn't deny the strange satisfaction. "Stop staring at me like that," she whispered, noticing my frozen gaze. "Move, try the blouse. Let me help you." Her dominance was subtle but absolute. Each motion, each instruction, each smile reinforced her control. The world I knew, quiet, safe, unnoticed, was slipping away. In its place, a new, delicate, feminine reality was taking root, and I had no choice but to obey. By the time the first blouse was fastened, my hands trembling, my cheeks flushed, I realized one truth. There was no turning back. Every step, every touch, every word from Alina was chipping away at Jake. Every thread of fabric, every curl of hair, every whisper from my sister was shaping Lily. I looked at the mirror, heart pounding, hands pressed against my chest, and whispered under my breath, I don't know who I am anymore." Alina's smile was soft, sweet, yet entirely in control. "That's okay, because she's already beginning to shine." The living room felt impossibly large. My legs, encased in the stockings Alina had helped me into, trembled as the soft skirt swayed around my thighs. The heels clicked faintly against the wooden floor, each sound a stark reminder of how exposed I was. Alina's friends were already outside on the porch, their laughter and whispers drifting in. I could hear the faint hum of curiosity in their voices, tinged with anticipation. My chest tightened. The thought of stepping out, of letting them see me like this, made my stomach churn with a mixture of fear, shame, and something I didn't want to admit, an odd thrill. "Come on, Lily," Alina said softly, brushing a loose curl from my face. Her hand rested lightly on my back, a reminder of who held control. "Show them who you are." I froze for a moment, my reflection in the mirror at the edge of the room staring back at me. Soft curls, flushed cheeks, delicate eyes. This wasn't Jake. This was someone else, someone fragile, feminine, and utterly exposed. Taking a shaky breath, I stepped toward the door. The sunlight spilled over me, making my pale skin glow against the soft fabric of the skirt. My hands clutched nervously at my blouse. Alina's firm grip guided me, steadying my trembling body. Outside, her friends turned toward me. Their eyes widened in surprise, then curiosity, then admiration. Whispers flitted through the group like a delicate wind. "Oh, wow," one of them breathed. "She's really pretty." The word struck me in the chest, hot and confusing. My cheeks burned crimson. I wanted to retreat, to hide, to scream that this wasn't me. Yet Alina's gentle squeeze reminded me, this was exactly what she wanted. "Yes, look at her," Alina murmured softly, her voice threading through my panic like a lifeline. "She's perfect, isn't she? Now walk slowly. Shoulders back. Chin up. Smile. But just a hint," Alina instructed, guiding my posture with subtle, commanding touches. "If anyone speaks to you, answer softly. Let your voice be gentle, delicate." I nodded, trying to steady my trembling legs. My first step onto the porch was hesitant. Every movement felt amplified, every sound of my heels against the floor echoing loudly. "Hi,
I'm
Lily," I whispered when one of the girls asked my name. My voice quivered, foreign and unfamiliar even as it left my lips. Alina's soft squeeze on my back was reassuring. "Perfect," she whispered. "Every word, every glance belongs to her now. Just feel it. Enjoy it." A whirlwind of feelings consumed me. Humiliation,
fear.
vulnerability, and beneath it all, a subtle thrill I couldn't deny. Every whispered compliment, every curious glance, every lingering stare forced me to confront a growing truth. Jake was fading. Lily was emerging, delicate, exposed, feminine, and under Alina's control. I hated how visible I was. I hated how exposed I felt. And yet, a strange, shameful satisfaction pulsed beneath the panic. The mirror in the living room reflected my trembling figure, confirming it. My old identity was slipping, being replaced piece by piece. Alina stayed close, her presence constant, her voice a mixture of sweet encouragement and quiet dominance. Every step, every word is hers.
Let her shine.
She's perfect, and you're hers now. As the group's whispers continued, I tried to breathe through the storm of emotions. My body was trembling, my face flushed, but there was no denying the truth. The world was seeing Lily. Every glance, every word, every subtle laugh chipped away at Jake's old identity. This is real. I'm not just wearing the clothes. I'm becoming her. She exists now, and there's no turning back. The mixture of shame, excitement, and vulnerability was overwhelming, but beneath it all, a tiny spark of something I didn't yet understand, acceptance, began to glimmer. The evening sun painted the sky in hues of gold and pink as I followed Alina into her room, my steps careful, hesitant, and utterly foreign. The soft swish of my skirt against my legs was a constant reminder of how exposed I was, how fragile, and how entirely under her control. Alina's friends had gone home, but their glances lingered in my memory. Every compliment, every curious stare, every whispered word had carved a tiny mark into my psyche. I wasn't just Lily in front of them. I was becoming her inside, layer by layer, under Alina's careful guidance. Sit here, Alina commanded softly, patting the plush chair by her vanity. Her tone was gentle, almost nurturing, yet impossible to disobey. My legs wobbled as I lowered myself into the seat, feeling the unfamiliar weight of high heels pressing against the floor. Alina pulled out an array of makeup, soft blush, subtle eyeliner, pink lipstick, and powders that smelled faintly of roses. She guided me meticulously, her hands brushing my cheeks, my eyelids, my lips. "Relax," she whispered, her breath warm against my ear. "Let me show you how beautiful you can be." My heart raced. Every brush stroke against my skin was a shock, delicate and intimate. I felt like a sculpture being molded, my old identity chipping away under her touch. I hated the vulnerability, the embarrassment, but a strange, trembling thrill pulsed through me with every motion. "See," she said softly, holding the mirror up. "Isn't she perfect?" I froze, staring at the reflection. Lily's face smiled back at me. Soft curls framed delicate features, eyes shimmering under the subtle makeup, lips curved into a shy, almost shy smile. I barely recognized myself. Jake was gone, replaced by someone smaller, gentler, and utterly exposed. Alina's voice was soothing, but the subtle undertone of control was undeniable. She brushed a curl from my forehead, her fingertips lingering longer than necessary, then smirked. "You're learning quickly, and look at you. Pretty, soft, delicate. Everyone will fall in love with her," she said, her words teasing yet commanding. I shivered, my face burning. Every compliment, every touch, every guiding hand deepened my submission. She had mastered the balance between sweetness and cruelty, creating a space where I wanted to obey, to please, to exist fully as her Lily. As the evening wore on, Alina sat beside me, guiding my hands, correcting my posture, softening my voice. Her presence was intoxicating. I wanted to resist, to reclaim Jake, but every word she spoke, every brush of her fingers against my skin, tethered me closer to this new identity. She laughed softly, leaning close. "You know, you're more than just my little brother today. You're someone I've always wanted, someone I can shape, guide, protect, and control." Her words struck me like a dart. A mixture of fear and desire surged through me. Could I really belong to someone like her? Could I surrender entirely and still feel safe? The questions swirled inside my head, unanswered, impossible to ignore. I couldn't stop staring at myself in the mirror. Every reflection reminded me of Jake fading, Lily emerging. My chest tightened. My cheeks burned. I pressed my hands against my face, trying to slow my racing heartbeat. I don't know who I am anymore," I whispered. Alina's smile softened. She lifted my chin gently, meeting my gaze with a mixture of pride and dominance. "That's okay," she murmured. "Jake doesn't matter anymore. Lily is real.
She's perfect.
And she's mine." The words pierced me, but beneath the humiliation, beneath the fear, a strange warmth spread through me. I didn't want to fight anymore. Not completely. Not tonight. As she guided me through every motion, every word, every delicate adjustment, I felt something shift inside. Fear, shame, embarrassment, all mixed with a strange, quiet thrill. Every time she called me pretty, every time she corrected my posture or voice, I felt the old Jake slipping further away, replaced by someone softer, gentler, and undeniably feminine. Part of me panicked at how much I wanted her approval. Part of me hated it. And part of me craved it. By the end of the evening, I was trembling, exhausted, and utterly transformed. Not just physically, but mentally, emotionally. Jake was fading. Lily was emerging, delicate, soft, beautiful, and completely under Alina's control. I looked into the mirror one last time that night, lips slightly parted, eyes wide, hair curled perfectly around my face, and whispered, I think I like her." Alina smiled, brushing a gentle hand over my shoulder. "Good. Because she's not going anywhere. And neither are you." Next or ache Essie expanded Karene poor words and the evening settled over the house, painting the walls in deep shades of orange and violet. I was still trembling from the public outing earlier that day, the way everyone had stared, whispered, admired. My legs ached from the heels, my cheeks burned, and yet, somewhere deep inside, I felt a thrill I couldn't name. Alina's voice cut through my haze. "Lily, come here." Her tone was soft, almost nurturing, yet impossible to ignore. I obeyed immediately, my steps careful, tentative, every swish of my skirt against my thighs reminding me how delicate, exposed, and utterly under her control I had become. "You know," she said, circling me slowly, her eyes sharp and assessing, "there are things Lily must learn. Obedience, posture, how to carry herself, and if she fails—" Her smile turned faintly cruel, and my stomach knotted. I had no idea what she meant, but the weight of her gaze was enough to make me shiver. She gestured toward the mirror. "Look at yourself. Do you see how fragile, delicate, pretty, yet clumsy you are?" I pressed my hands to my chest, embarrassed, cheeks burning. I'm trying," I whispered. Her eyes softened, just slightly. "Good. But trying isn't enough. Lily must learn quickly. Every mistake has consequences." A chill ran down my spine. I swallowed hard, knowing that whatever consequences meant, they were hers to decide. Then she stepped closer, her hand brushing a stray curl from my face. "But don't worry," she said softly. "When you do well, Lily is rewarded." Her hand rested gently on my shoulder. A thrill shot through me, the mixture of fear and excitement twisting in my chest. I wanted to obey, to please her, to feel that warmth again. "Do you want to make me proud?" she asked. "Yes," I whispered, voice trembling. I do." Her smile widened, a mixture of pride and dominance. "Good girl." The words hit me hard, humiliation, affirmation, and something dangerously addictive all at once. I felt small, delicate, exposed, and completely under her control. Alina guided me through a series of subtle, humiliating exercises. Walking in heels across the living room, correcting posture with soft touches. Speaking softly, lowering my voice in submission. Sitting gracefully, crossing legs delicately, hands folded. Holding her gaze while trembling under her subtle dominance. Each motion, each word, each correction was a mixture of punishment and reward. My cheeks burned, my legs ached, my heart raced, and yet I obeyed instinctively. Every correction chipped away at Jake, building Lily more solidly, more delicately, more completely under Alina's influence. At one point, Alina turned me to face the mirror. My reflection was someone entirely new. Soft curls framed a flushed, delicate face. Wide, uncertain eyes stared back at me, lips slightly parted, cheeks glowing. "Do you see her?" Alina whispered, voice low, commanding. "That's Lily. She's perfect. And she's mine. Every inch of her belongs to me." I pressed my hands to the mirror, trying to catch a hold of Jake, to anchor myself in some familiarity. But it was gone, replaced by Lily, fragile, beautiful, obedient, exposed. Tears pricked at my eyes, a mixture of humiliation, fear, and a strange, undeniable thrill. I don't know who I am anymore," I whispered. Alina stepped behind me, brushing her hands along my shoulders. "That's okay. Lily doesn't need to know. Lily just needs to obey and shine." By the end of the evening, my legs ached, my cheeks were flushed, and my body felt electric with humiliation and submission. I hated how much I wanted her approval, hated how much I craved it, and yet I obeyed, trembled, and accepted her guidance willingly. "Good girl," she murmured, brushing my hair from my face. "You're learning quickly, and soon, everyone will see just how perfect she is." The words sank deep. Jake was disappearing, fading into the edges of memory. Lily, soft, delicate, beautiful, and obedient, was emerging fully. I pressed my hands to my chest again, whispering to the mirror, to myself, to the unknown. I, I think I belong to her now. The weekend arrived, bringing with it the soft hum of city life outside Alina's house. I had spent the previous days entirely under her control, learning how to walk, speak, and exist as Lily. Every glance in the mirror, every correction from her, every whispered compliment had chipped away at Jake, leaving Lily fully exposed, delicate, and obedient. Yet today felt different. There was a tension in the air, an unfamiliar energy that made my chest tighten. Alina had called a friend over, a young man, polite, handsome, and seemingly unaware of the full story. I could feel my heart racing before I even saw him. He stepped into the living room, eyes widening slightly at the sight of me. My skirt swayed with each step toward him, heels clicking softly on the floor. My hands twisted nervously, clutching the edges of my blouse. "Hi,
I'm
Lily," I whispered, voice trembling, delicate, foreign even to myself. He smiled warmly, a flicker of surprise in his eyes. "Hi, Lily, you look really nice." The word struck me in ways I didn't expect. My cheeks burned, my knees felt weak, and my heart raced with an unfamiliar mixture of fear, embarrassment, and something dangerously close to excitement. Alina's hand rested lightly on my back.
See?
"Everyone notices how perfect she is," she murmured, a mixture of pride and control in her voice. "Now walk toward him slowly. Chin up. Smile just a little," Alina instructed. I obeyed, each step a struggle between my terror, my embarrassment, and the strange thrill of attention. "Hi," I said softly, voice quivering. I'm glad to meet you." The young man's eyes lingered on me, scanning my delicate features, the soft blush on my cheeks, the careful sway of my skirt. "You're beautiful," he said quietly, almost in awe. Heat surged through me. I pressed my hands together, heart racing. The compliment, innocent, genuine, yet deeply exposing, made me tremble. Alina's whisper followed, soft and commanding. "Good girl, hear that? He thinks you're perfect. You are perfect." As he continued talking, my mind spun. Fear, humiliation, excitement, confusion, everything collided inside me. Jake's memory flickered faintly at the edges, but Lily, soft, delicate, exposed, obedient, was fully present. I couldn't stop noticing how my body responded to his gaze. The heat in my cheeks, the slight quiver in my voice, the way my legs shook under my skirt, it was all foreign, yet intoxicating. Who am I anymore? I thought, pressing my hands to my chest. Jake is gone. I'm Lily, but these feelings, they're real. Aren't they? Alina's presence at my side, gentle but commanding, reminded me who truly controlled the situation. "Feel it, Lily," she whispered. "Let yourself be seen, and let yourself obey." Every word from him, every glance, every soft compliment layered onto my already fragile psyche. I felt drawn to him, nervous yet excited, terrified yet eager. My emotions tangled into knots I couldn't unravel. I thank you," I whispered, voice soft, trembling, almost shy. Alina's hand brushed along my shoulder, steadying me.
See?
That's how Lily speaks. Gentle, delicate, perfect. And he notices, doesn't he? Yes, I admitted softly, cheeks burning. He notices.
Her smirk was faint, knowing.
Good, he's just the beginning. You're learning quickly, Lily. Soon everyone will notice. And soon you'll forget Jake entirely. Alone in my mind, I wrestled with a confusing swirl of emotions.
Desire.
Embarrassment.
Fear.
Obedience. Vulnerability. Attraction. Jake's voice whispered faintly at the edges, a ghost of the past. But Lily's presence, the delicate, soft, exposed girl who was trembling under Alina's watchful gaze, dominated. I realized with a shiver that part of me wanted this, wanted his attention, wanted Alina's approval, wanted the humiliation and thrill all at once. Am I enjoying this too much? I thought. Am I becoming her completely? By the time he left, my cheeks were flushed, my legs ached, and my heart raced uncontrollably. I had survived his gaze, survived the compliments, And yet I had been transformed, further cementing Lily's presence. Alina leaned close, brushing her hand over my hair.
See?
This is only the beginning, Lily. Every person, every glance, every word strengthens her. And you're learning quickly. Very quickly. I pressed my hands to my chest, whispering to the mirror, to myself, to the unknown. I can't go back now, can I? The question hung heavy in the air. Jake's past was fading. Lily's present was overwhelming. And the future, uncertain, thrilling, terrifying, lay entirely in Alina's hands. The following weekend arrived, and Alina had already planned it. A trip to the mall with her friends, this time fully prepared to test the limits of my submission. My heart pounded in my chest even before stepping outside. Every step I took as Lily felt weighted, each sway of my skirt and click of my heels announcing me to the world. Alina's hand rested lightly on my back. "Remember, Lily," she whispered, "every glance, every word, every reaction belongs to you now. Be perfect." I nodded silently, trembling, cheeks aflame, gripping the soft fabric of my skirt as we approached the entrance. The mall was bustling with weekend shoppers, each face a potential observer, each glance a mirror reflecting my vulnerability. As we walked in, I immediately felt the tension coil tighter in my chest. Alina's friends giggled softly, whispering compliments that sent heat rushing to my cheeks. "She's gorgeous," one said. "I can't believe it. Lily looks unreal," another whispered. My legs wobbled beneath me. I felt the eyes of strangers linger, scanning my delicate figure. My stomach churned with embarrassment, humiliation, and a strange, thrilling sensation that I couldn't deny. Alina leaned close, her voice a gentle command. "Chin up, Lily. Step lightly. Smile just a little. Speak softly if anyone talks to you." Each word reinforced her control. Each step reinforced my obedience. I was Lily now, fragile, exposed, obedient, and completely under her influence. Alina guided me through every movement. I had to navigate the crowds gracefully, avoid bumping into anyone, and maintain the delicate posture she demanded. Every correction, her hand adjusting my shoulders, her eyes scanning me critically, was a reminder of how far I had come and how fragile I still was. A young man approached us, smiling at me. "Hi, I'm Daniel," he said, extending a hand. I froze for a moment, heart hammering, cheeks flushing. I whispered softly, I'm Lily." Alina's hand pressed lightly against my back, reassuring and controlling. Good girls speak softly, gentle, delicate, just like that. His eyes lingered on me, scanning my delicate features. "You're really beautiful," he said softly, awe in his voice. Heat surged through me. I pressed my hands together, trembling. Every compliment, every glance, every whispered word shredded the remaining threads of Jake inside me. Lily was fully present, soft, delicate, obedient, and exposed. Alina whispered, "See? Everyone notices her. Everyone admires her. You're perfect, Lily. Don't resist it." The mixture of fear, embarrassment, thrill, and submission twisted inside me. I hated how much I wanted her approval and craved the attention, yet I obeyed instinctively, heart racing with every step, every gaze, every whispered word. Later, near a shop window, I caught my reflection. Lily stared back at me, flushed cheeks, wide eyes, soft curls, delicate lips. Every movement, every sway of the skirt, every subtle gesture screamed femininity. I pressed my hands to my chest, whispering, I can't go back, can I?" Alina's voice cut softly through my panic. "No, Lily. You're hers now, and the world will see just how perfect you are." Tears pricked at my eyes, humiliation, fear, and a strange, intoxicating excitement all mingling. Jake was fading, Lily was emerging fully, and the public exposure reinforced the undeniable truth. I belonged entirely to Alina. By the time we left the mall, my legs ached, my cheeks burned, and my heart raced uncontrollably. Every step, every glance, Every whispered compliment had deepened the transformation. Alina's hand rested gently on my shoulder, brushing her fingers through my hair.
See?
This is only the beginning, Lily. Soon everyone will know her. Everyone will see how perfect she is. And you'll forget Jake completely. I press my hands to my chest, whispering softly to myself and the reflection of Lily in the shop window. I'm hers, and I think I like it. The evening settled over the house like a soft, heavy curtain. The mall outing had left me exhausted, my legs sore, my cheeks still flushed from public attention. But Alina was far from done with me. Lily, she said softly, her voice warm yet commanding. Come here. It's time to see how well you've learned today. I obeyed immediately, each step deliberate, heels clicking lightly against the floor. My heart raced, a mixture of anticipation, fear, and a strange, addictive thrill coursing through me. Alina led me to the living room, where soft pillows were arranged on the floor. She gestured for me to kneel. Good girl, she murmured, brushing a strand of hair behind my ear. You did well today, and good girls are rewarded. I trembled, unsure what to expect. Her hands were gentle as she guided me through small, intimate tasks, adjusting my hair, smoothing my skirt, practicing delicate gestures and soft speech. Every correct motion earned a soft whisper. Perfect, Lily, so obedient, so delicate, just like I want her. Each word struck me like fire and ice. The praise was intoxicating, yet humiliating. I pressed my hands to my chest, heart racing, cheeks burning. I wanted to please her, to earn her approval, to feel the warmth of her satisfaction. Alina's voice softened, yet every word carried weight. You know, Lily, every glance, every movement, every word shows who you are now. You're mine. Don't fight it. Don't resist. I nodded silently, trembling. Obedience had become instinctual, yet the internal struggle persisted. Every inch of me, my body, my mind, my very identity was being reshaped. Good girl, she whispered, brushing her fingers along my shoulder. You're learning quickly, more than you realize. Alina guided me to a large mirror. My reflection stared back, delicate, flushed, soft curls framing wide, uncertain eyes. Lily's body, Lily's face, Lily's expression. I pressed my hands against the glass, whispering, I can't. Jake is gone. Alina stepped behind me, her hands resting on my shoulders. That's right. Jake doesn't matter anymore. Lily is all that matters. And she's perfect. Tears pricked my eyes. The humiliation, the thrill, the intense craving for her approval, all mingled into an addictive storm. I want to be perfect for you, I whispered. Good girl, she murmured, pressing her lips gently to my cheek. You're learning fast. Soon, everyone will see her, and she'll belong to me completely. Hours passed with Alina guiding me through posture, speech, walking, gestures, and subtle facial expressions. Every correction, every gentle touch, every whisper of praise deepened my submission. The mixture of fear, embarrassment, thrill, and desire created an intense emotional bond. I craved her approval, feared her disapproval, and trembled under her watchful gaze. Lily was emerging fully, obedient, delicate, exposed, and Jake's presence was fading more with every passing moment. By the end of the evening, my body ached, my cheeks glowed, and my heart raced uncontrollably. Every step, every gesture, every whispered word had reinforced my transformation. Alina rested her hand on my shoulder, brushing her fingers through my hair.
See?
This is only the beginning, Lily. Soon the world will notice. Soon she'll be perfect in everyone's eyes. And you'll forget Jake completely. I pressed my hands to my chest, whispering softly to the mirror, to myself, to the unknown. I'm hers, and I think I want to stay this way. The next morning, sunlight streamed softly through the curtains, highlighting the delicate features Alina had meticulously shaped over the past week. Today was not a casual outing. It was a public challenge, designed to push Lily's limits and cement her transformation in full view of strangers. Alina's eyes glinted with anticipation. Lily, she said, her voice soft yet commanding, today we see how perfect you can truly be in front of people who don't know you. Your manners, your walk, your voice, everything will be tested. My stomach twisted. My heart raced. My legs shook under the heels that had already become an extension of Lily's delicate persona. Every instinct screamed fear, humiliation, and, strangely, anticipation. The cafe was buzzing with weekend patrons. Laughter, chatter, the clinking of cups, all sounds of a world that felt alien and exposing. Alina led me inside, hand gently pressing my back, guiding me forward. Remember, Lily, she whispered, you are delicate, obedient, perfect. Every glance will be yours to endure and enjoy. Chin up, shoulders back, voice soft. I swallowed hard, heart pounding as strangers' eyes flicked toward me. Alina's friends followed, murmuring compliments under their breath. She looks unreal. So delicate, so soft. Every word, every gaze was a test. I felt my cheeks burn, my hands tremble, and my heart race. Humiliation mixed with a strange, electric thrill. Alina guided me through the simple act of ordering coffee. Speak softly, Lily. Smile gently, but not too much. Obey every gesture. Let them see how perfect you are. I approached the counter, voice barely above a whisper. Hi. I'd like a cappuccino, please. The barista's eyes lingered, scanning my delicate frame, soft curls, and flushed cheeks. Sure, you're very pretty, he said hesitantly. Heat surged through me. I pressed my hands together, trembling under the compliment, aware of Alina's eyes on me. Her soft touch along my back reminded me. Every emotion, every blush, every tremble was under her control. Seated at a table, I felt every glance of the cafe patrons. Alina's friends whispered praises quietly, occasionally nudging me to correct my posture, adjust my skirt, or speak more softly. A stranger approached, curious, commenting on my appearance. My face burned as I stammered a polite, "Thank you." Alina's hand brushed my shoulder lightly, a mix of reward and control. Good girls see how they notice you? How everyone sees Lily now. Every step, every gesture, every whispered word reinforced the transformation. Jake's voice at the edges of my mind was fading. Lily's presence, delicate and obedient, dominated fully. Passing by a shop window, I caught my reflection. Lily stared back, delicate, flushed, perfectly groomed, every inch exposed and feminine. My skirt swayed as I walked, heels clicking softly, cheeks burning. I can't go back, I whispered under my breath. Alina leaned close, her breath warm against my ear.
No, Lily.
You belong to me, and the world will see how perfect you are. Every glance, every whisper strengthens her. Tears pricked my eyes, humiliation, excitement, fear, and the strange thrill of public exposure mixed in a storm I couldn't name. By the end of the cafe visit, I felt raw and exposed, my heart pounding, my legs weak. Alina guided me home, her hand steady, reassuring, dominant. You see, Lily, she whispered, this is what it means to belong entirely. To obey, to submit, to shine, even under the eyes of strangers. I pressed my hands to my chest, whispering softly to the reflection in the cafe window, to myself, to the unknown. I'm hers, and everyone sees me now. There's no turning back. The evening settled over Alina's house with a soft, golden glow, casting shadows across the delicate furniture. I had returned from the cafe, exhausted, flushed, and trembling from the intense public exposure. My legs ached from heels, my heart raced from attention, and my mind spun with confusion, excitement, and an addictive thrill I couldn't name. Alina's eyes gleamed with satisfaction. Lily, she said softly, her tone warm yet commanding. You survived today beautifully. Every glance, every whisper, every motion, perfect. You've learned so much. I pressed my hands to my chest, trying to steady the storm of emotions raging inside me. humiliation, excitement, fear, thrill, obedience, every feeling tangled into a knot I couldn't unravel. Alina guided me to the living room, soft music filling the space. Pillows were scattered across the floor, and she gestured for me to sit. "Good girl," she whispered, brushing a strand of hair behind my ear. "Today, you've shown how delicate, obedient, and perfect you are. And good girls are rewarded." Her hands were gentle as she adjusted my skirt, smoothed my hair, and corrected my posture. Every motion, every whisper, every gentle touch reinforced my transformation, deepening my submission. "You see, Lily," she murmured, "obedience is beautiful. Humiliation can be intoxicating, and attention can be addictive. You're learning to be perfect, not just for me, but for yourself." I swallowed hard, trembling. The words hit me like fire and ice. I had wanted to please her, craved her approval, and yet each compliment and gesture of control left me exposed, fragile, and increasingly addicted to her dominance. Alina led me to the large mirror in her bedroom. My reflection stared back, soft curls framing wide, flushed eyes, delicate lips slightly parted. Every inch of me now Lily, obedient, exposed, perfect. I pressed my hands against the glass, whispering, I can't. Jake is gone. Lily is me." Alina stepped behind me, hands resting lightly on my shoulders. "That's right. Jake doesn't matter anymore. Lily is everything now. Every glance, every blush, every soft word, perfect. And soon, the world will see her as I see her." Tears pricked my eyes, humiliation, fear, thrill, and a strange, intoxicating excitement all mingled into a storm I couldn't name. I want to be perfect for you," I whispered, voice trembling. "Good girl," she murmured, brushing her lips gently against my cheek. "You're learning quickly, more than you realize." Hours passed with Alina guiding me through posture, gestures, speech, and subtle expressions. Each correction, each gentle touch, each whispered word deepened my submission. My entire being, body, mind, identity was reshaped. Every emotion, fear, humiliation, excitement, thrill, tangled into a deep bond with Alina. I craved her approval, feared her disapproval, and trembled under her watchful gaze. Lily had fully emerged, delicate, obedient, exposed, while Jake faded further with every passing moment. By the end of the evening, my body ached, my cheeks glowed, and my heart raced uncontrollably. Every glance, every gesture, every whisper had reinforced the transformation. Alina rested her hand gently on my shoulder, brushing her fingers through my hair.
See?
"This is only the beginning, Lily. Soon everyone will notice her. Soon she'll be perfect in everyone's eyes. And you'll forget Jake completely." I pressed my hands to my chest, whispering softly to the mirror, to myself, to the unknown. I'm hers, and I think I want to stay this way." The storm inside me settled into a quiet, intoxicating surrender. Obedience, exposure, and transformation intertwined, leaving me trembling, flushed, and entirely under her control. Lily was no longer a shadow of Jake. She was real, delicate, and fully alive under Alina's watchful eyes. The next morning, sunlight filtered softly through Alina's curtains, illuminating the room where Lily, once Jake, had fully emerged. The previous evening's lessons, praise, and public exposure had reshaped me completely. Yet Alina's gaze promised a new test, something more intense than before. "Lily," she said, her voice low, commanding yet silky, "today you will prove that you are entirely obedient, entirely mine in front of people who don't know you. Every movement, every glance, every word will belong to me." My chest tightened. My knees trembled slightly beneath the delicate skirt and heels. Every fiber of my being screamed fear, humiliation, and the addictive thrill of obedience. Alina led me into an upscale boutique, sunlight reflecting off polished floors and mirrors that seemed to watch my every step. The store was filled with shoppers, browsing racks, chatting softly. Every face was a potential observer, every gaze a test. Remember, Lily, Alina whispered, adjusting my posture. Every gesture must be delicate, every word soft. Obedience is perfection. Humiliation is beauty. Do not falter. I nodded, cheeks burning, and followed her slowly, deliberately, every step a mix of fear and addictive thrill. My heels clicked against the floor, swaying slightly with the rhythm she taught me. Alina's friends accompanied us, murmuring praises and instructions under their breath. She's flawless, one whispered. Her posture, her voice so delicate, another added. A boutique assistant approached, smiling politely. Hi, can I help you with anything? I swallowed hard, voice soft and hesitant. I'm looking for a dress, please. Alina's hand pressed lightly to my back, guiding, correcting, supporting. Good girl, soft, delicate, just like I taught you. The assistant's eyes lingered, scanning my delicate frame, soft curls, and subtle makeup. You look very pretty, she murmured, and my cheeks flamed. Passing by the boutique mirrors, I caught my reflection multiple times. Lily stared back, flushed, delicate, obedient, exposed. My skirt swayed, heels clicked, and every glance of the boutique patrons reinforced my transformation. I can't go back, I whispered under my breath. Alina's voice brushed against my ear, warm yet commanding. No, Lily. You belong to me. Every glance, every whisper, every blush proves it. The intensity of public exposure, praise, and control mingled inside me, creating a storm of humiliation, excitement, fear, and addictive pleasure. Alina guided me through trying on several dresses. Each motion, twirling, walking, adjusting fabric, was monitored. You see, Lily, she murmured softly, brushing a curl from my face, obedience in public is the ultimate proof. Every gesture, every soft word, every delicate movement belongs to me. You are perfect because you obey completely. I trembled, heart racing, mind flooded with adrenaline and shame. My identity as Jake had dissolved further. Lily's presence was undeniable, delicate, obedient, and fully exposed. By the time we left the boutique, my legs ached from heels, my cheeks were aflame from constant attention, and my heart raced uncontrollably. Every glance, gesture, and whispered compliment had reinforced the transformation. Alina rested her hand lightly on my shoulder, fingers brushing through my hair.
See?
The world notices her now. Lily is perfect to obedient mine. And soon, she will be flawless in everyone's eyes. And you'll forget Jake completely. I pressed my hands to my chest, whispering softly to the reflection in the shop window, to myself, to the unknown. I'm hers, and I think I want to stay this way. The storm of humiliation, thrill, obedience, and transformation settled into a quiet, intoxicating surrender. Lily was no longer a shadow of Jake. She was fully alive, delicate, obedient, and entirely under Alina's control. The house was quiet now, the soft hum of the city outside barely reaching Alina's carefully curated sanctuary. After the intense boutique outing, my body ached, my cheeks burned, and my heart raced uncontrollably. The world had seen Lily, observed her delicate movements, soft voice, and obedient gestures. And I, Jake, felt myself fading, dissolved into the soft, trembling form of Lily. Alina guided me to the living room, her presence commanding yet gentle. Lily, she whispered, brushing a curl behind my ear. Come sit. It's time to reflect, to understand how far you've come, and how much further you can go. I sank onto the pillows she had arranged, my legs crossed delicately, heels clicking softly as I settled. Every motion felt unnatural yet intoxicating, a constant reminder of the transformation I had undergone. Alina led me to the large floor mirror, positioning me carefully. My reflection stared back, delicate, flushed, soft curls framing wide, uncertain eyes. Lily's face, Lily's body, Lily's essence, but a fragment of Jake lingered, buried deep, whispering faintly in the recesses of my mind. I don't know who I am anymore, I whispered, voice trembling, fingers grazing the mirror's surface. Alina stepped behind me, her hands resting lightly on my shoulders. That's right, Lily. Let her fade, let Jake disappear completely. You are delicate, obedient mine. Every glance, every blush, every soft word proves it. Tears pricked my eyes. The humiliation, thrill, and addictive desire for her approval coalesced into a storm I could neither name nor resist. You've learned quickly, Lily, Alina murmured, leaning close. Soon everyone will see her, and she will be perfect. And you'll want to stay this way. Hours passed as Alina guided me through posture, gestures, speech, and subtle expressions. Each correction, each gentle touch, each whispered word deepened my submission. My body and mind were hers, trembling, delicate, exposed, and craving approval. Good girl, she whispered, brushing a hand along my cheek. You belong entirely. Your every glance, your every soft whisper, your every tremble is mine. I pressed my hands to my chest, heart pounding. The emotional bond between us intensified, a mix of fear, thrill, and intoxicating surrender. Lily had fully emerged. Jake's presence was fading, his voice a faint echo I struggled to remember. Alina guided me through private exercises, walking gracefully, speaking softly, maintaining delicate gestures. Every step, every movement, every expression was monitored, corrected, and praised. You see, Lily, she whispered, fingers brushing my hair. Obedience is beauty. Humiliation is power. And submission makes you perfect. I shivered under her touch, cheeks flushed, trembling with a mixture of thrill, fear, and desire. The psychological hold she had on me was absolute. By the end of the evening, my legs ached, my cheeks glowed, and my heart raced uncontrollably. Every glance in the mirror, every whispered word, every gentle touch reinforced the transformation. Lily was fully formed, obedient, delicate, exposed, and entirely under Alina's control. Alina rested her hand on my shoulder, brushing her fingers through my hair.
See?
You are hers. I mean mine, Lily. And soon, the world will notice, and she will belong to me completely. And you'll forget Jake entirely. I pressed my hands to my chest, whispering softly. I'm hers, and I think I want to stay this way. The storm of humiliation, thrill, submission, and transformation settled into a quiet, intoxicating surrender. Lily was no longer Jake's shadow. She was fully alive, delicate, obedient, and entirely Alina's. The morning sunlight streamed through Alina's curtains, illuminating the room with a golden glow. Lily, once Jake, stood in the center of the bedroom, every inch a reflection of her transformation. The delicate skirt, perfectly pressed blouse, subtle makeup, and carefully styled curls created an image so flawless, it almost seemed unreal. Alina entered quietly, her eyes glinting with a mixture of satisfaction and anticipation. Lily, she said, voice low and commanding, today you will face the world. You will be observed, judged, and admired. Every glance, every whisper, will reinforce your place as mine. My chest tightened. My stomach churned. Every nerve in my body screamed both fear and anticipation. My heels clicked softly against the floor as I followed her out of the room, each step a mixture of grace and tremor. The venue was a high-profile social gathering, filled with people I didn't know but who would soon scrutinize every gesture, every smile, every word. Alina's friends led me inside, whispering praises under their breath. She's flawless. Look at her posture, so delicate. My cheeks burned as strangers' eyes flicked toward me. Every glance felt like a test, every smile a challenge. Alina's hand pressed lightly against my back, guiding me forward. Remember, Lily, she whispered, obedience is perfection. Every blush, every tremble, every soft word is part of your performance. And every observer will notice. We mingled with guests, and every interaction became a calculated challenge. Alina corrected my posture subtly, reminded me to speak softly, and ensured that every movement was delicate and feminine. A young man approached, offering a compliment. You look stunning tonight." My heart raced. My cheeks flamed. I stammered a soft, thank you," feeling the weight of every gaze around me. Alina's hand rested on my shoulder lightly, grounding me yet reminding me of my submission. "Good girl," she whispered. "Notice how they admire you? How every word and glance reinforces Lily." I trembled under her praise, humiliation, and the strange thrill that coursed through me. Jake's voice was gone now, fading into a distant memory. Lily's presence dominated fully, delicate, obedient, and exposed. Passing by a mirrored wall, I caught my reflection multiple times. Lily stared back, soft curls, flushed cheeks, wide eyes, delicate hands, and perfectly poised posture. The social exposure, praise, and subtle humiliation had solidified her presence. I can't go back," I whispered under my breath. Alina's voice brushed against my ear.
No, Lily.
"You belong to me, and everyone will see it. Every blush, every tremble is proof of your obedience and perfection." Alina had prepared subtle tests for me throughout the event, offering drinks to guests while maintaining delicate posture, smiling and responding politely to compliments, correcting my stance and gestures at her subtle cues. Every task was a mix of humiliation and obedience. Each glance, each whisper, each correction reinforced the transformation. My identity as Jake faded further. Lily's presence became all-encompassing. By the end of the evening, my legs ached, my cheeks burned, and my heart raced uncontrollably. The intensity of social exposure, praise, subtle humiliation, and Alina's constant oversight created a storm I could not resist. Alina guided me to a quiet corner, brushing her fingers through my hair. "See, Lily," she whispered, "obedience, exposure, and submission make you perfect. And soon the world will notice, and she will belong to me completely. And you'll forget Jake entirely." Tears pricked my eyes, a mixture of exhaustion, embarrassment, and a strange, intoxicating thrill. I'm hers, and I think I want to stay this way," I whispered softly. The storm of humiliation, thrill, obedience, and transformation settled into a quiet, intoxicating surrender. Lily was fully alive, delicate, obedient, exposed, and entirely under Alina's control. The party had ended hours ago, yet the echoes of every gaze, every whisper, and every subtle glance lingered in my mind. My legs ached from the heels, my cheeks were flushed from constant attention, and my heart raced uncontrollably. Lily, delicate, obedient, exposed, had performed flawlessly, yet every fiber of my being screamed exhaustion and a strange, intoxicating thrill. Alina led me back into her sanctuary, the quiet of the house a stark contrast to the bustling event outside. "Sit," she commanded softly, guiding me to the plush sofa. "You did wonderfully tonight, but now it's time to reflect, to understand what you felt, what you are becoming, and what you crave." I sank onto the cushions, trembling slightly. Every glance from strangers, every compliment, every subtle correction from Alina replayed in my mind. My body ached from the night, yet my heart ached even more from humiliation, exposure, and an addictive desire for her approval. Alina led me to the large bedroom mirror. My reflection stared back, flushed cheeks, wide, uncertain eyes, delicate hands, and a posture so perfectly feminine it felt unreal. Lily was fully present, while Jake's identity lingered only as a fading shadow. I don't know who I am anymore," I whispered, voice trembling, fingers brushing the mirror's surface. Alina's hands rested lightly on my shoulders, grounding me while reminding me of my submission. "That's right, Lily. Let Jake fade completely. You are delicate, obedient mine. Every blush, every tremble, every soft word belongs to me now." Tears pricked my eyes. Humiliation, thrill, fear, and addictive pleasure mingled into a storm I could neither resist nor name. Alina sat beside me, her presence both comforting and dominating. She brushed a strand of hair behind my ear, her touch gentle yet electrifying. "Lily," she murmured, "obedience, exposure, and submission, they are beautiful. And you, my dear, are learning to embrace them fully." I trembled under her touch, heart pounding, cheeks flushed. I want to be perfect for you," I whispered, voice breaking. "Good girl," she said softly, pressing a light kiss to my temple. "Every glance, every soft word, every delicate gesture proves it. You belong to me, completely, and soon everyone will see it." The emotional bond intensified with every word, every touch, every whispered command. Lily's identity deepened. Jake's presence diminished further with every passing moment. Alina guided me through private exercises, walking gracefully in heels across the room, correcting posture, speaking softly, practicing delicate phrases and responses, maintaining perfect gestures and expressions in front of the mirror. Each motion, each word, each subtle glance reinforced my transformation. Every correction, every praise, every gentle touch from Alina deepened my submission, making Lily feel real, delicate, obedient, and entirely dependent on her. Alina whispered in my ear, her voice low and intoxicating. "Do you feel it, Lily? The way your heart races, the way your body trembles, it's because you are mine. Every glance, every blush, every soft word belongs to me. And soon the world will notice. And she will belong to me completely." I shivered, cheeks burning, trembling under her control. My mind raced with conflicting emotions, humiliation, thrill, fear, and a deep, addictive desire for her approval. Lily had fully emerged, delicate, obedient, and entirely under Alina's psychological control. By the end of the night, I was exhausted yet exhilarated, trembling yet craving more, flushed yet calm. Every glance in the mirror, every whispered word from Alina, every private exercise had solidified Lily's presence and erased Jake further. Alina rested her hand on my shoulder, brushing her fingers through my hair.
"See?
"You are hers. I mean mine, Lily. And soon the world will notice. She will be perfect in everyone's eyes. And you will forget Jake completely." I pressed my hands to my chest, whispering softly, I'm hers, and I think I want to stay this way." The storm of humiliation, thrill, obedience, and transformation settled into a quiet, intoxicating surrender. Lily was no longer Jake's shadow. She was fully alive, delicate, obedient, and entirely Alina's. The day began with a tense silence. The sun streamed through Alina's bedroom windows, catching the soft curls of my hair, highlighting my delicate makeup, and reflecting the trembling anticipation in my wide eyes. Today was different. Alina's tone had been unusually serious last night, her gaze sharp, commanding. "Lily," she said, voice low and deliberate, "today you will perform your final test. Every glance, every word, every gesture will prove that you are entirely obedient. You will face the world, and no one will see Jake. Only Lily. Understand?" I swallowed hard, heart hammering. My legs ached from heels, my cheeks burned with the thought of public exposure, yet a strange, intoxicating thrill coursed through me. "Why, yes, Alina," I whispered, voice barely audible. Alina guided me through meticulous preparation. Makeup refinement, highlighting soft features, perfecting lips, softening brows. Wardrobe selection, the most delicate, flattering skirt and blouse combination, paired with elegant heels. Hairstyling, curls falling perfectly around my shoulders, framing my face. Every motion, every adjustment, every whispered correction from Alina intensified my psychological submission. Her hands lingered on my shoulders, brushing through my hair, guiding my posture, ensuring every movement was delicate and obedient. "You are mine, Lily," she whispered, her breath warm against my ear. "Every gaze, every word, every motion proves it. And soon everyone will see her, and she will belong to me completely." I shivered, cheeks flushed, trembling under the weight of her words and the intoxicating mix of fear and thrill. We arrived at a grand public gathering, an upscale social event filled with unfamiliar faces, whispers, and curious glances. Every step, every click of my heels against the polished floor, reminded me of the transformation I had undergone. Alina's friends surrounded us, observing every delicate movement, every soft word, every gesture. Whispers floated. "She's perfect. Look at her posture, flawless. Her voice, so soft, so obedient." Alina pressed her hand lightly against my back, guiding me, correcting posture subtly. "Remember, Lily, perfection is obedience. Every blush, every tremble is proof." I followed her instructions, trembling, cheeks burning, every nerve on fire with humiliation, excitement, and addictive submission. Every compliment, every glance reinforced the new identity I had fully embraced. Passing by a mirrored wall, I caught my reflection repeatedly. Lily stared back, flushed cheeks, wide, innocent eyes, delicate hands, and perfectly poised posture. Jake's shadow was completely gone. Lily's presence dominated fully. I can't go back," I whispered under my breath. Alina's hand brushed my cheek.
No, Lily.
"You are mine, and the world will notice. She will belong to me entirely." The final challenge was subtle yet intense. Responding politely to dozens of strangers' questions. Maintaining delicate gestures while offering drinks. Walking gracefully while under constant scrutiny. My legs shook, my chest burned, and my heart raced uncontrollably. Every glance, every whisper, every subtle touch from Alina reinforced submission and obedience. By the end of the evening, I was trembling, flushed, exhausted, yet exhilarated. The storm of humiliation, thrill, and obedience had reached its peak. Alina guided me to a quiet corner. Her gaze softened, yet held an undeniable edge of dominance. "Lily," she whispered, "do you understand now? Everything, it wasn't just training. It was about control, about proving that you could belong entirely to me. And you have succeeded." I pressed my hands to my chest, whispering softly, I'm hers completely, and I think I want to stay this way." Her lips curved into a subtle, victorious smile. "Good girl, soon, everyone will know, and you will belong entirely to me. And the world will never guess who you once were." As the evening ended, the city lights reflected in the windows. I stood by Alina's side, trembling, flushed, obedient, and utterly transformed. Every glance, every whisper, every soft gesture had solidified Lily's presence. Yet a shadow passed outside the window, a familiar figure from my past, staring directly at me, eyes wide with recognition. My breath caught. Alina's hand tightened on my wrist. "Do you see them, Lily? Soon everyone will know. And your journey, your obedience, is just beginning." The storm of humiliation, thrill, submission, and transformation settled into a tense, intoxicating suspense. The viewers' hearts would pound as they whispered, "What happens next? Who saw her? Can she keep her secret?" The city lights twinkled outside Alina's apartment, casting soft shadows across the room. I, Lily, stood near the floor-to-ceiling window, heels clicking softly on the polished floor, curls falling perfectly around my flushed face. Every inch of me reflected delicate obedience, flawless posture, and subtle femininity. Alina's hand rested lightly on my shoulder, grounding me, yet her presence dominated every thought, every trembling breath. "See, Lily," she whispered, "you are hers, mine. Every blush, every tremble belongs to me. And soon everyone will know." I swallowed hard, cheeks burning, heart pounding. I'm yours completely," I whispered, voice breaking. Her lips curved into a victorious smile, yet a shadow of mischief flickered in her eyes. "Good girl. But perfection must be tested. And someone from your past has seen you. Do you feel it?" I froze, every nerve on fire. Outside the window, the city stretched endlessly, but a familiar silhouette stood motionless on the balcony of the building across the street. Their eyes locked onto mine. Recognition. Shock. Curiosity. My breath caught. My hands trembled. My mind raced. Who had seen me? Would they tell? Could I keep the secret of Lily intact? Alina tightened her grip on my wrist, whispering, "This is just the beginning, Lily. Your journey, your obedience, your transformation, it's far from over. And now someone knows. Someone who might change everything." I trembled, caught between exhilaration and fear, humiliation and thrill, surrender and desire. Every glance in the mirror, every whisper, every delicate gesture had brought me here, but the future was uncertain, the next step unknown. The lights of the city reflected in my wide eyes, my reflection a perfect mix of innocence and obedience. Lily was fully alive, yet suspended in suspense, teetering on the edge of revelation. Outside, the shadows shifted. A soft gasp escaped my lips. Who is it? What will happen next? The screen fades to black.